I've been blessed, I think, with great mentors who have showed me what you can do if you really want to work for Ukraine in an Australian context, in an international context. I'm co-chair of the Australian Federation of Ukrainian Organisations, SUA, Vice President of the Ukrainian World Congress, and we represent 65 countries, 220 million Ukrainians outside of Ukraine. And I'm also head of an organisation of Ukrainian nationalists in Banderuti. Basically, all that brought together, what we try and do is promote Ukraine. Is obviously we want to take the Ukrainian message out of the Ukrainian community, but at the same time, those organisations play a critical role in keeping culture, language, community together. But I think the most important part of the role now is support of Ukraine, and that support comes in different shapes and forms. We were instrumental in talking the previous government, this government, about displaced persons, make sure they can get to Ukraine, to Australia, sorry. We also look at lobbying the Australian government. Obviously, we lobbied the Prime Minister to come and visit Ukraine, and I was on that visit with him. But I think that opened up his eyes to what Ukraine is really about and why Australia should continue to support Ukraine. Lots to do, but we also have a great team around Australia, and I think that's a credit to everybody who's putting in, and there are lots and lots of people. It's not a one or a two person show. There's a lot of people in the back there doing lots and lots of work. Ukrainian culture, any culture, is one of the pillars of any society. Whether it's a Ukrainian or Australian or German or Polish, culture is very, very important, but we see what's happened over the last couple of years, not just the war, but there has been a real go-to in terms of Ukrainian culture in different shapes and forms. It's not just dance, there's song, there's art, there's a whole range of things. In this fight, we see how important culture is. We see it from 2 points of view. We see, for example, the Ukrainian army now has a song called Zrodili Shme, which is the hymn of UN. That is now the culture. It is telling the Ukrainian people and the Ukrainian army that we've been born to fight. When we look at culture in Ukraine today, we see how Pink Floyd has done its work with Hey Uluzi, how that now has really been able to take on the world. Even here in Australia, in terms of culture during COVID, the art of lockdown, how that brought the community together. So culture is very, very important, and we have to do everything possible to, one, keep it, but more importantly, and I think a lot of what you do, is about promoting it and taking it outside the walls of the Ukrainian community. Today, in this period of war, throughout the world, we see mainstream artists, we see people who want to support in song and dance and art. They all want to show the message, and through that culture, they're selling a message of values, of democracy, of sovereignty. So we have to do everything possible to continue to promote culture, and anybody who's promoting it today, we take a hat off to you because you're doing a great job. And in terms of Ukraine, it's a real driving force. We can see it. For example, if you go to Ukraine, you can see the buildings. They've now got paintings, they've got murals. People are now understanding that culture is very, very important. I think the help it's varied help. And I think today there's humanitarian aid, there's ways that people want to go over there. And for example, we have nurses who want to go over there and work. There are a range of things, but we're very centralised in what we're doing. First of all, you need to understand that it needs to be coordinated. I know people in the audience will say to you, I've got a brother, I've got a sister, I've got somebody that I know. We need to coordinate these things, and that's the instruction we're getting from the Australian government and the Ukrainian government, and from the Ukrainian World Congress's point of view. What we're trying to do is to make sure that the help that we're getting is used in the most effective way, and we say thank you to anybody and everybody who's contributed. As every Ukrainian concert ends with a hopak, and in most cases we look at it from a point of view of rejoicing. But Ukrainian dance also is about stamina, it's about being able to maintain, it's about having energy, and I think that dance reflects what Ukraine is today. It is people who are fighting, people who have energy, who have commitment, and who have strength. And like at the end of Hopak, we win, Ukraine will also win.